Octa Research Group says COVID-19 cases in the country are now on a downward trend. The Health Department reports the lowest COVID-19 positivity rate in over a month. Police continue to or on their investigation into the death of a cadet and a budding artist. Opposition coalition Isang Bayan is now gearing up for the 2022 national elections. And a number of pregnant women go viral for dancing while in labor. Fast, focused, and fearless, here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. With several potential bets having already declared their candidacy for the 2022 elections, many are now anticipating the move of the opposition group Isang Bayan. To discuss some of their plans, we have with us via Zoom Isang Bayan National Convener, Mr. Ray Reposar is joining us. So Ray, good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Riza.
So Ray, can you confirm, because there have been reports about unity talks between Senator Manny Pacquiao and Isang Bayan. Could we get more details on this?
Yes, I can confirm that there have been talks as regards uniting the opposition. As the main thrust of Isang Bayan is to unite and provide a broad coalition of opposition. But I can also say that it's not just Senator Manny Pacquiao that we have had talks with. The senior conveners, including Justice Carpio, likewise met with Vice President Leni Robredo, Mayor Isko Moreno, to discuss unification of the opposition.
Sir, you mentioned those names. How about other candidates that Isang Bayan is perhaps talking to? Can we get an update perhaps on Senator Trillanes or perhaps Vice President Leni Robredo?
Senator Trillanes still remains to be part of roster of Isang Bayan. In fact, as the media has captured days ago, he's part of the personalities that Isang Bayan is choosing from. So he's still part of the list.
So Ray, I know the coalition is set to announce its senatorial lineup for the coming polls by the end of September. But can you give us perhaps an initial set of names?
Right now, I couldn't divulge any names simply because we're still conducting an internal survey with our members as regards the possible slate of Isang Bayan. I don't want to preempt it, so I can't give you names right now, Ms. Riza. I'm very sorry.
That's fine. But sir, with all the political moves being done recently, how is the confidence of Isang Bayan on its goal on the 2022 elections?
We're still very positive about it. Like what we have been mentioning in the past few weeks and months, our goal here is to make sure that we unite as opposition. So we're still positive that most of the personalities that we're talking with will join us in this advocacy.
And with that being said, Sir Ray, can you share us perhaps some of the platforms of the coalition, the planned initiatives, especially for the youth?
For the youth, our goal is to make sure that we consolidate everyone. So we have been doing a lot of consultations, not just with the members of Isang Bayan, but a lot of different groups from left to right in all political spectrums. So we want to be the decisive force of the 2022 elections. So we're happy that all of the organizations that we've spoken to have gone on board, and we're forwarding the youth agenda that hopefully our candidates will carry through the 2022 elections.
Well, thank you, sir, for sharing with us your time and your insights and those information. That was Isang Bayan National Convener, Mr. Ray Reposar.
Thank you, Ms. Riza.
Meanwhile, anti-hazing charges will be filed against a cadet of the Philippine National Police Academy for mauling a lower-classman, which led to his death. Speaking to us earlier, PNP Chief General Guillermo Eleazar said Cadet Second Class Steve Cesar Maingat is currently detained at the Silang Municipal Station. Elizar said initial investigation showed Maingat is the only suspect in the death of Cadet Third Class George Carl Magsayo. Maingat will also be dismissed from the PNPA.
Well, that will be in violation of anti-hazing law and titignan pa rin natin kung ano pa yung ibang mga circumstances of the case. Definitely, ayun, criminal case will be filed against him.
Meanwhile, Elizar said the PNP continues to work with the National Bureau of Investigation on the probe into artist Brie Honson's death. He added that the PNP conducted its preliminary investigation on the illegal drug case against Julian Ongpin, Honson's last known companion, which has already been turned over to the Justice Department.
The Secretary of Justice had caused the transfer of the preliminary investigation of the drug cases that we filed against Julian. So ang magdidinig na itong preliminary investigation will be our DOJ prosecutor.
Now, in weather, a typhoon has been spotted outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Pag-asa said a typhoon Mindule has maximum sustained winds of 120 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 150 kilometers per hour. Based on its latest forecast track, the typhoon is projected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility on Tuesday or Wednesday. Once it enters the Philippine territory, it would be given the local name Lani. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Octa Research Group backs recent reports on a downward trend in COVID-19 cases in the country. Speaking on One News, Professor Guido David explained that the country is seeing a reproduction rate of 0.98. A reproduction number of below 1 means that there is little to no transmission happening. Despite these developments, David said that placing the country under moderate risk might be too early.
We are seeing a downward trend, but we're not seeing the moderate risk level yet because hospitals are still full. The healthcare utilization, we see it at high level, and the daily attack rate, ADAR, we still see it right now at critical level.
David, meanwhile, expressed confidence in the country's outlook for its COVID-19 case threshold. He said the country could start to see the end game for the Delta variant as early as next month.
So what we're seeing right now is possibly the start of the end game for the Delta variant. We're not saying it's end game right now, but the end game, the Delta variant end game will be, happening about a month from now when we start to see a further decrease in cases.
The Health Department reported today nearly 17,000 new COVID-19 cases. This brings the country's total number of COVID infections to 2.47 million. Over 165,000 of this number are considered active cases or are still undergoing treatment. No deaths were reported today. The Department of Health said this is due to technical issues in its COVID Kaya database. It is now working with the Department of Information and Communications Technology in addressing the problem. Meanwhile, more than 27,000 COVID patients have recovered from the infection. Positivity rate is at 23.6% among 74,600 tested individuals. This is the lowest record in more than a month. Now, on social media, videos of dancing pregnant women have gone viral. But is dancing helpful to moms in labor, or is it a mere trend online? Faith Del Mundo has the story.
Who says pregnant women are left behind in the latest social media trends? On TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, netizens are fascinated by moms getting into the groove and showing off their moves. One of those dancing moms is 22-year-old Ivy Rose. This is her first pregnancy. And even if the pain is excruciating, she says she would rather dance to it.
Yung feeling na parang gusto ko na lang manuntok sa sobrang sakit, gusto kong umiyak.
Pero bakit napili niyo pa rin pong sumayaw po?
Para po mas mapabilis po yung pagle-labor.
Ivy says she was 7 centimeters dilated and was already in active labor for several hours when she turned to dancing. After an hour, her baby came out.
Nagpatingin po ako, sabi 1.5 cm pa lang daw po, kaya pinabalik po ako. Tapos mula po noon hanggang sa 4:30 po ng madaling araw, sumasakit na po siya. Tapos bumalik po ako ulit doon. Tapos nag 3 cm na po. Sabi, mag-stay na daw po ako doon. Tapos nag-stay na po ako doon. Tapos, nung nandun po ako, pinapa-squat, lakad-lakad po ako doon sa loob. Tapos ngayon, naisipan po ni Ma'am Carmen na mag-TikTok po kami. Kaya ayun po, sumama na lang po ako na kasi sabi po sa akin, kung hindi pa daw po lalabas ng 11:30, dadalhin daw po ako sa ospital. Ginawa ko, nag-TikTok na lang po ako. Nag-join na lang po ako sa kanila para mas lalo mapabilis, para ma-relax, ganun po. Sabi po kasi sa akin ni Ma'am Carmen, para daw po medyo mawala yung pain na nararamdaman ko, medyo maano po yung utak ko, ganun, na mas ganahan pa po ako para maging active pa po lalo yung pag-labor ko po.
She gave birth to a bouncing baby boy through natural delivery. But Ivy says if her labor took longer, she would have undergone C-section, which is considered a major operation.
Una, sa bayarin po, masyadong mahal. Tsaka wala po kasi akong PhilHealth.
Some doctors recommend exercising, which include dancing while in labor or even during the entire pregnancy.
It's a very, very fun way, joyful way of going through the rigors of labor.
Dr. Cagayan says it does not only speed up labor but also helps keep both mother and baby healthy.
You can dance at any stage of pregnancy. You can dance at any stage of labor. There are already studies that show na kapag gumagalaw ka, not just dancing, pero kung active ang lifestyle mo, and even before ka manganak, you keep moving around, huwag kang higa ng higa, pinapakita doon na mas mabilis actually na makakapanganak ka ng normal.
She adds that it also helps improve the mental health of an expectant mom, especially as COVID-19 restrictions prohibit husbands inside the delivery room. She also reminds expectant mothers of the importance of proper nutrition and regular consultation. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
Now, for more updates, visit News 5 at the Philippine Star and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on a Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.